Hi everybody, this is Angie Oldenburg. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am doing another vlog hop for the Stampin' Up! Global Share Fair vlog hop, so welcome if you're coming from the previous vlogger, or if you're starting with mine. You know that the next person's video will be linked in the description below, so you can hop around and watch everybody's videos. So I'm going to be highlighting a set today that is going to be continuing into the new annual catalog. It's called Timeless Tropical, and nice summery Hawaiian tropical feel. I love the font on the words, so that's why I chose this one, and I think it goes perfect with some of our new in colors, which we're going to highlight today as well. So if you have it, I'm going to be using the palm trees, and then I'm going to be using the Our Friendship is Timeless stamps out of that set. So I've got those already on blocks. This is the card we're going to do. We're going to do the painter's tape technique with some emboss resist. So I'm combining a couple different techniques. And I haven't done the painter's tape technique in a while, so it was kind of fun to pull an old technique out and use that. So the colors we're using today, two of them are new in colors, like I was saying. This is the new polished pink. Love that bright pink. And then the other colors we're going to be using are soft suede, and then basic white, and then just a strip of the other new in color, pale papaya. So measurements on this, standard card base for the polished pink. I have to get used to these new names. The soft suede is 5 1/4 inches by 4 inches. And then I also ran it through already the textured textile embossing folder, just to give it a little bit of texture there. And then the basic white measurement is 4 3/4 inches by 3 1/2 inches. And that's the main one that we're going to stamp on, in addition to this little piece of pale papaya. And that is just so that we can stamp and emboss our greeting, and then we're going to fussy cut it out. I'm not a big fussy cutter, but this does look pretty cool, kind of floating on the front of the card. So those are the items we're going to stamp. So I'm going to move some of this out of the way so that we can do our embossing first. The other supply I used was just a few little embellishments at the end, and these are the clear and silver epoxy essentials. So they come in clear and they also come in silver, and I just put just 3 little clear ones on there. So you wouldn't have to use those, but I think it just adds a little bit of detail. Okay, so we're just going to use the basic white piece first. Oh, and the other thing that's important is Versamark, of course, so that we can do some embossing. And I'm using black embossing powder. So many of you know already how to emboss, and I'm gonna fast forward through this. You put the Versamark on the ink pad, and I flip it over for these bigger stamps. Make sure you get it pretty thick, so that there is plenty for the embossing powder to stick to. And then I'm just going to stamp it kind of on the side. Hold it there for a bit. And of course, it's hard to see because it's Versamark. And I've seen many people store their embossing powders this way, and I think it's the least messy way to store. So then you can just spoon it up and toss it over your embossed or your Versamarked image. Flick it off. You want to make sure that all the extra little powder is off of there. And that looks pretty darn good. And then you can set it aside while we do the other one. I'm also going to do the words because we're embossing both of those in black. So here's that stamp set. Ink it up really well. And I know when I was first doing this, my first sample, I kind of bounced it around, so I got to be careful that I keep it still. I had some double S's for that greeting. I'm ended up embossing it. I'm just gonna make sure I can see it. I think so. And we'll put the powder on. Hope you guys are all having a good day today. I'm filming this, it's Sunday evening, so I'm hoping the lights lighting in here is okay. All right, I'm gonna cover up my embossing powder so I don't spill it. And then I'm gonna melt these. I'm going to fast forward through this because okay, there we go. We have these both embossed. The paper likes to curl a little bit sometimes. I'm gonna leave this for a minute and I'll cut that out. We're gonna do the stamping next, or applying the ink. I guess it's technically stamping. So the way we do this is, and I just put this on the embossing folder for lack of a better place to put it, and it was easy to keep kind of by my workstation. So this is just painter's tape. And for ease of use, I flip over the ends so that I have something to grab onto that's not sticky, and so then it's not getting all over. Now there is a chance that you're going to get ink on your fingers doing this, so don't be surprised. And we're going to pull out our 3 ink colors, and I used the Papaya, of course, the polished pink. And then even though I used the soft suede on the back, I used Sahara sand ink. We're going to start bottom up. It doesn't really matter which direction or which order you do it. We're just going to start with the soft suede. So I'm just going to take one of these pieces of tape. And sometimes it's good to get a little bit of the stickiness off of it, so you can put it on your paper and peel it back up or whatever, so that it's not quite as sticky. Then you just set it right down on your ink pad, and it doesn't have to be solidly covered. It can be a little random, kind of blotchy, that's fine. And you can see there's ink on the back side. You need it across a little more, you can do that. And then you just set it down on your piece of paper. And then peel it back up. Voila. Now, if you were doing multiple cards, obviously you could set this aside and use it again, but I'm going to toss it so I don't get ink all over the place. And then we'll close up this one. And we'll go to the polished pink. Same thing, grab our, I'm going to take a little bit of the stickiness off. Ink up the tape, and you can look and see that there's ink on there. And then I leave a little bit of room between them just for, because I like that white space in there. You wouldn't have to, you could butt them up against. And there we go. Again, tossing that one into the trash. Oop. And we'll close this one up. You can certainly do this with any color of inks that you would like, any combination. And then this is the pale papaya. Kind of a fun peachy color, papaya color. All right, and then we're gonna go over the top of the palm trees. You can always ink it back up too if you don't get enough on there. Like, you know, it might be good to have a little bit more color over on that side. You can do that and kind of put it back down. It looks fine because it's, again, it's kind of random. And then I just take a little paper towel or a tissue. Let me close this up. And just rub the ink off of where you embossed so that it's, because it won't dry in that area. So there. Okay, then we're gonna set this aside and I'm gonna just cut the greeting out, use my paper snips, and I will fast forward during that part as well. Okay, and there it is. So all we have to do next is adhere all of our layers together, and this card comes together pretty quick. So again, here's our polished pink card base, the textured soft suede layer, and I'm just using Stampin' Seal Plus for my adhesive today. I'm going to pop this up on some dimensionals just to add a little height. And I'm also going to put some dimensionals on the back side of the words that I cut out. I usually don't do this with my same scissors, but I'm just going to snip out just a little piece for on the end down here. That's too small for even a mini dimensional. All right, I'll put this layer on. Again, I just wanted to highlight this technique because I haven't seen it done for a while, and it's kind of a fun one. And I wanted to do a little embossing because I also hadn't done any embossing lately, so it's kind of fun to get some of those other tools and techniques out again after you haven't done them in a while. Oop, geez, comes right off there. Stick. Okay. I've been seeing a lot of people just fussy cutting their greetings. It's kind of cool looking, so. And I didn't want to cover up this whole piece of the color underneath, so. All right, of course I would put a greeting or just write something on the inside for whoever I'm going to give this to. I'm just going to put a few of those epoxy shapes. I had used the diamonds on the one before. Maybe I'll use the circle just to kind of add a little something. These are fun. Of course, they're clear, so they can go with anything. You don't have a specific color. Yeah, I kind of like the circles even better because you can see them a little bit more. All right, I think that's it. This is a nice, easy, quick card. Put some colors together that you like and do a little embossing and then write your greeting on the inside. I hope you guys are doing well. Happy May, and hope the weather is wonderful wherever you are. And if you make sure that you click on the link in the description for the next video in the line, you'll get linked right to them. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you back next time. Have a great day.